I had a couple stories I want to share from the road this week that just lets me know, comedians know how important what we do, how important is what we're doing. I know it doesn't seem like we're saving lives. We're not doctors, but we're just helping people, man. We're just helping people. So Tuesday night in Burbank, there was a guy in the front, and I don't know, I was messing with him, doing a little crowd work, and we'll show it eventually on one of my clips, but I do a meet and greet afterwards. And he comes up and he's got a cane with him, and he comes up. I said, man, I can come down. He goes, no, I'm coming up. I'm coming on the stage to be with you. And he tells me he had a stroke 2 weeks ago. He had no idea who I was 2 weeks ago. And somehow my videos came across his algorithms on Facebook. And he said, man, I started watching your stuff, and every day I wake up and you would have a new clip posted. He goes, man, you got me through. You got me through. I was like, are you serious right now? A guy that had no idea who I was 2 weeks ago, an older gentleman, I would say he's in his late 60s, he looked like, and just came up and was like, and then I heard you was going to be here in Burbank. He goes, I gotta go. He was in the front row too. So he bought his tickets early. I just was, it's humbling when people say that to you. I mean, and that's also the reason it's important to keep putting out content, because you think you have this, library of stuff, and it's like I'm beating a dead horse, but you never know what's going to hit, and you never know who's watching. So that was awesome. And then here's the story though. This one. So a guy DMs me on Instagram, and I don't know how I saw it, but I saw it, and I think I was supposed to see it, honestly. And he said his wife died, and he didn't tell me when. And he said he's coming to my show in Sacramento. This was Sunday night. He's coming to the 9:00 show in Sacramento Sunday night because he feels like the tickets were bought for him and his wife to go. And I guess I think I was his, if I wasn't his wife's favorite, his wife's the one that introduced me to him, the husband. And he said, I feel like I have to go for her. I want to go for her and laugh. So at the end of my show, sometimes I'll do a Q&A with the audience. I'll be like, you guys got any questions? So I don't know why I did it. It just kind of came out. I just want to make sure I knew who the guy was, and I want to get a picture after the show with him, for him to get a picture with me. So I said his name, and then he said, yeah. I said, hey, are you the one that messaged me about your wife? And he said, yeah. And I was like, so I said, I shared with the audience. I said, yo, his wife just passed. I said, when did she pass? He goes, she passed Friday. And I was like, are you serious? It's Sunday. She just passed? He goes, yeah. I go, oh man. And I said, how are you doing? You doing good? He goes, yeah. And he was very open about it. Like he stood up and he said, told us she passed away Friday. We had the tickets. You were a favorite. So we came to the show. I felt like I had to come to the show for you. And he said he got a tattoo of her on his forearm. So I brought him on stage and he showed the tattoo to everybody. And I asked him, I said, when's the funeral? And he said, well, we're having her cremated. And I said, what's that? And then what's that looking like? What cost? He goes, it's $1,600 for the cremation. So I said, I got it. I'll take care of it. And then, and it feels weird even saying that on YouTube or on my podcast. And I don't want it to, I don't want it to be self-indulgent. I don't want to be like, hey, look what I did. But it was such a great, wholesome, organic moment we're going to share it on YouTube because I like watching videos like that. So I think if I like it, then other people like it. But it is a weird feeling because you're going to get somebody that's going to say that. And then he told me he's got to take off work for the month because they got 3 kids and he's taking care of them. So I gave him some extra, I said, Jimmy, go home and take care of your kids, handle that. And he's got some kind of, I think they're like a taco food drive to raise money for him and his family. So we'll post that flyer at the end of the podcast. It's in Modesto, California. I believe it's August 7th. And I'm going to post something on my IG the day of also of the taco drive or something of that nature. But man, to think that your wife passed and you came to the show, and it's probably a nice way for him to connect with her, like in spirit. She's probably there. But here's the beauty of our business. So I got this moment with this guy. I'm on stage and I'm not crying. He's not crying, but it's emotional. I can see some people in the audience tearing up. And then he thanks me. The crowd goes, they get claps. He goes, sits down. And I just was like, whoa. I said something to the audience. And then one lady in the back says, hey, I still got a question. I said, don't ruin the moment, bitch. The crowd lost it. It couldn't have been a better way to kind of like break the tension, so to speak. So that lady yelling that out helped, even though it was kind of an insensitive thing to do. She wanted to get her question out. And I go, dang, lady, read the room. I said, his wife's probably been in heaven like, hey, bitch, don't steal my moment. So it was just, you had to be there. We are going to post it this week. And like I said, I not struggle, but my camera guys are there. They're recording everything. So I was just like, I even asked them, I said, man, you think we should post that? They go, yeah, we got to post it. It's too good. And it's helping bring awareness to this gentleman and the food drive that they're doing to raise money for his family. So it's just a cool thing to happen that came out of left field, man. You just never know. Between the guy with the stroke, the guy's wife passing away, it was just like, oh my God, you don't realize it. How stand up, we're helping people, man. And we don't even realize it. We are a different form of medicine. I'll put it like that. We're medicine for the brain. We're medicine we're helping people keep going when they're struggling. So it was awesome. It was an awesome feeling, man. But I'm so glad that guy with the stroke, one, I'm glad he made it, and I'm glad he made it out to my show. And the guy whose wife passed, it's awful that his wife passed, but it's awesome that in some kind of weird way, I'm helping him heal, so to speak. And shout out to everybody in Modesto, because I'm sure everybody knows about his wife passing. So that was dope.